Okay, let's try to unpack this. We're going to head straight to Napier, New Zealand, which somehow serves as this unexpected geographical hub for our whole deep dive.
It really is the epicenter. And you have these three sources, these three entities that on the surface have absolutely nothing to do with each other.
Right. You've got the Norwegian-based Janssen deep-sea fishing operations. Then there's this disputed 840-acre Allen property in Esk Valley.
The one with the 32-year legal battle over a cannabis seizure, yeah.
And then the global pharmaceutical giant, Janssen Pharmaceutica. I mean, how are these high-stakes players all orbiting the same small regional town?
Well, that's the mission, isn't it?
Yeah.
We have to basically step away from the official stories, the PR narratives, because the source material points to this really striking parallel timeline.
No parallel timeline.
Between who?
Between the Norwegian Janssen fishing fleet and the Belgian Janssen drug company. Both had their key operational beginnings right around 1953.
Okay.
And then both of them go through a major legal name change or a huge restructuring in the exact same year, 1964. Hold on. A fishing company and a pharma giant restructure in the same year. Are we suggesting they're connected, or is this just one of those strange historical footnotes?
I mean, it could be a footnote, but corporate histories rarely line up that perfectly by accident. It just forces you to look closer, especially at the foundation story of Janssen Pharmaceutica.
So the official story, the one about Paul Janssen starting a research lab in 1953, that's not the whole picture.
It's not just incomplete, it's fundamentally misleading if you look at the actual legal record.
Okay, so what does the verifiable record show us?
It shows the company was incorporated much, much earlier. We're talking October 23, 1934.
Wow, 34, so nearly 20 years earlier.
Exactly. And it wasn't founded by Paul Janssen. It was his father, Constant Janssen.
And it wasn't a research lab.
Not at all. Its original name was Envy Product and Richter. It was just a distribution company, basically selling products for a Hungarian firm.
So the name we all know, Janssen Pharmaceutica, when did that appear?
Not until 1964. And this is the critical part. That's 3 years after Johnson & Johnson bought the company in 1961.
Ah, so it's a rebrand, a post-acquisition rebrand?
It's absolutely a rebrand. It's a strategic move to build this new corporate identity around Paul's growing scientific reputation.
That completely reframes the timeline, and it ties back to that strange coincidence with the fishing fleet in New Zealand. So let's talk about Paul Janssen's legacy, because his scientific output, I mean, over 80 drugs, had huge consequences.
Staggering output, yes, but it led to two of the most, frankly, devastating drug categories in modern medicine. First, the opioids.
Fentanyl.
He invented fentanyl, patented around 1959. That single drug is, foundational piece of the opioid crisis we're still dealing with today.
And what was the second category?
Antipsychotics. And this is where the legal trouble starts. In 2013, J&J and Janssen paid out a settlement, a massive one.
How much?
$2.2 billion. The Department of Justice came after them for fraudulent marketing of the drug Risperdal.
What were they doing?
They created what they called an elder care sales force, specifically to push this antipsychotic on elderly patients with dementia.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and they did this despite knowing it dramatically increased the risk of strokes and mortality in that exact group. A risk so high, the FDA later issued its strongest warning, a black box warning.
And his other drugs?
Its earlier antipsychotic, Haldol, from 1958. It carries the same increased mortality risk for dementia patients.
Okay, so let's bring this all back to New Zealand. That 840-acre property in Esk Valley. There was a key geographical finding there, right?
There was.
Yeah.
The Napier-Gisborne Railway. It ran directly through the property.
Which means it connected the land straight to
Napier Port. Precisely.
Mm.
And that small port becomes the convergence point. For the Janssen fishing fleet and for the corporate interests of Janssen and J&J, the whole investigation just shows this pattern.
The pattern of what?
Of corporate stories simplifying messy, murky histories. Whether it's a pharma giant in Belgium or a fishing operation in New Zealand, the public story is always cleaner than the reality.
So what's the final thought for you, the listener, today? Consider this paradox of problem and cure.
Right. Janssen, under J&J, holds patents on the A26.CoV2S vaccine, which we know can, in some rare cases, cause blood clots.
And at the same time, they also hold the patent on the drug Xarelto,
A key blood thinner specifically designed to treat blood clots.
So it raises a really profound question, doesn't it? What does it mean when a corporation can profit from both the problem and the cure?
Something to think about, especially when you consider the power of a rewritten history.